Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be going over the const keyword in C++. So const basically stands for constant, which means it does not allow you to modify the value later on in the code because it's final. Similarly to the word final in Java. So if you know any Java, when you use the word final, you just can't change the value of that variable anymore. So it's the same thing with C++ with the word const. So it's just read only. You cannot overwrite it. You can't modify it in any way. So you can use this for some constants that you will never have to change. For example, the speed of light, it's constant. It'll never change. So you can declare it as a constant variable if you're going to use it. But today's example will be a little bit more simpler. So another example, I just want to go over a few examples before I start. Another example other than the speed of light is basically like the gravitational force, or maybe like pi. It's always the same thing. It's always 3.14159 and some more numbers. That's all I have memorized for now though. So moving on. So let's say, for example, in our example today, we're going to be using we're going to be calculating the area of a square or squares, and for all of them, rectangles, and for all the rectangles, they're all going to be having the same width. They're just going to have different lengths or different heights or whatever you want to call it. So first we gotta double length or width, I guess. We'll start with the width, and then let's say they're all going to be 5 centimeters wide, and length, double length will be, let's say, 10. Cool. And then we have to define area. Area is, double area equals to width times length. Cool. And then we need to display that. So std cout area, and then centimeters squared, semicolon. That little error over here was because I didn't have a semicolon here. I forgot to put it. But one small addition I want to make, because I keep making this mistake, and this is a reminder for future me and for some of you who might be having some problems with this, is you should always save the file before you run the code. You gotta save the program, Control S, before you run the code. And this might seem like something so simple and stupid that I'm bringing it up, but I keep making this mistake, and it's because I'm used to Python or Java where you could just run the code without saving it. It just runs it automatically without having to save. But with Visual Studio Code and C++ here, you need to do that. So Control S to save, and then you run the code, and you get 50 centimeters squared. So this is normal. We're not using the const keyword right now, but if you change this to const double, then it's always going to be 5. If I try to change it here, so say width, wait, let's run this first. You get 50 centimeters squared. So if I try to change it here, width equals to 10, I save, which I keep forgetting to do, and then I run the code, you get an error, and it says assignment of read-only variable, which means that it's read-only and I'm trying to assign something new to it, which I cannot do. So that's the power of the const keyword in C++. So if you learned something new today or enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more programming and computer science content in the near future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.